Okay, it's Gail with Everything Nash talking to Caroline Jones, who I love so much, and I'm always so excited when I get to talk to you.
Thanks. It's good to see you.
So we have a lot to talk about, don't we, Caroline?
Yes, we do.
So let's talk first about your album Homesite coming out later this month. It feels like you're releasing your diary, which is not the first time I've told you that about your music, but talk about the release of the album.
This album, well, this is my third album. So I named it Homesite because it's really about building. It's about continuing to build a career and a fan base that I'm really proud of and grateful for. And it's about building grit and resilience in my character. Those are big themes on this record. I've been writing a lot about that the last couple of years. And lastly, building my family for the first time. I'm about to give birth in a few weeks here, and I'll be touring right up until then. So, building a family, building a home, building a next chapter. I'm really proud of this record. I think it shows a lot of sonic evolution and evolution of my writing, and I think it embodies a lot of what I've learned and how I've grown since joining the Zac Brown Band a couple of years ago. So I think people are going to love it.
So your album, we're going to get to the "Talking to Milo" song in a minute, but
Yeah.
you have some pretty deep stuff, but it's not all deep. You have the duet with Vince, you have the duet with Zach, you have some really feel good, positive songs on too. Talk about balancing all of it.
I don't really think about it too hard. I just got in a real momentum of writing last year. I got really inspired. I find that I write in spurts, and last summer, fall, I got really inspired. I co-wrote a few songs that I loved. I wrote a bunch by myself. And I had Brandon Hood, who's a co-producer on this record that I brought in for the first time with my longtime co-producer, Rick Wake. We got into the studio with some amazing musicians, and we made this record. I didn't think too much about actually balancing the themes or if anything, I always get the comment that my records are very musically diverse, like all over the place, which I always take as a compliment because I just have so many styles of music that influence me and that I love. And I feel lucky to be um, an artist that has a team that supports that and views that as a strength rather than a drawback. Um, but I would say the themes of grit and resilience run through a lot of these songs, whether it's the song with Vince, the song with Zach, or a song like Homesite in a different way. Um, but those themes, I think, come from just a lot of personal growth I've been doing the last few years, and then just growing up in this industry and learning who you are and um, continuing the grind and all the moments of elation and success and excitement and fulfillment are met with moments of disappointment and rejection and having to reassess and recalibrate. And I think that's part of growing up. And again, seeing that as a strength, as something to build your character with, as opposed to something to be ashamed of. Those are big themes on this record.
I love that. I was thinking this morning when I was getting ready to talk to you, being pregnant, being an artist is pregnant. That's not super new.
Yeah.
But being an artist who comes out and says, I wasn't sure if I wanted to have a baby at this point in my career, that's something that not a lot of women talk about. And so, first of all, I applaud you for that. Why did you want to come at it with that level of honesty?
Because oh gosh, that's such a great question. I think the simplest answer is because I really struggled with it, and I see my friends and other people my age struggling with it. Like, I think that we're in a time now where we're so privileged and so lucky to be among the first generations of women who really have so many more options than our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers had. And um, with that privilege and those opportunities come a lot of responsibility and a lot of choices and priorities that you have to make, because um, even choosing to do it all, you're still in a moment prioritizing, and you're still making really important choices, and you're still dealing with the fact that any way you slice it, it's a physical, emotional, spiritual investment for a woman to have a child, unlike it is for a man. And so I wanted to be really honest about that, because I feel like it would have helped me when I was making the decision. And I feel like there were voices, maybe not in mainstream media, but there were voices who really helped me make this decision and helped me believe in myself that I could do both and that I wouldn't have to sacrifice my career, my passion, or what I loved. Because I think it was that fear that was keeping me from opening my heart to starting a family, which has turned out to be something that I really love and that I know will be a very meaningful part of my life. But I think if I hadn't had that support or encouragement, I don't know if I would have made that same decision.
You're going to be a great mom. Just
Thank you.
do
Thank
you
you so
know
much.
this is I mean, I have an 11-year-old and a daughter that just turned 9 yesterday. There's not an answer to this, but have you figured out how you're going to do touring with Zac on your own and a baby? Like, do you have the logistics worked out?
No,
Okay,
we
good.
don't even have baby gear. Like we're gonna figure all that out. But I think the bones of what's important, at least for me, like I feel so lucky to have an incredible 50-50 partner and a husband. I know how lucky I am to have that. And that's extremely important to have a support system in place. And that's the biggest, like if you have that, I mean, logistics can take care of themselves. It's like if you have someone who really supports you and is like fully a partner, whatever that looks like with your family, or it looks different for different people. But I think having those foundational like cornerstones of a family are the most important thing. And then we just figure it out. Like I see so many women who have just figured it out, and that's also where the themes of grit and resilience in this record really come in. If it's important to you, and it's something that I'm sure you feel the same way, like it's something I want my child to see, is like his or her mother, because it's going to be a surprise, chasing down this dream and getting after it, and also obviously prioritizing family, but really, really living her truth and putting her heart out to the world in these ways. I think it's powerful.
It is. Okay. Let's dive in. Talking to Milo.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
It's so good. Like, I love the song, but the video too, holding your husband's hand, like it's just so good.
Yeah.
Just give me all the details on it.
Oh, thank you. Well, this song is really, it's about exactly what we've been talking about. It's about that song was a real time, basically, like you said, diary entry of me really struggling with this decision, and struggling with, my husband, like, is really the first thing. And I think I wrote this in one of the commentaries on the song, but he's the first thing or person that I've loved as much as I've loved music and as much as I've felt driven in my career. And when you experience and feel that kind of love, it inspires you to be more than you thought you could be. And that's what this song is ultimately about. Like, it inspires you to face your fears in a way that you don't feel motivated to otherwise. You can just go about your life in your comfort zone. But love, I think when it's done right, like really pushes you outside of your comfort zone and pushes you to the furthest reaches of your soul. And that's what this love has done for me, and opened me up to a whole other part of my life that I never envisioned, which is having kids. I never thought I would. I never thought I would get married. Like I certainly never thought I would have a family. So this song is just about struggling with that decision, and wanting to do it right, and trying to be honest about all the different considerations, because there are a lot. And Milo is my husband's brother who passed away. I never got to meet him, but we've always felt like he was the guardian angel in our relationship. I feel like I know him because of the way Nick talks about him and looked up to him so much. He was his older brother.
What was your husband's reaction to the song?
Well, actually, my husband helped write the song. So I started the song. I had it, I would say, like 80% done, and he helped me finish it off, because it's one of those songs where you don't want to be too concrete and too literal. You don't want to sing this happened and then this happened and then this happened. But you want people to understand the story if they really pay attention to the lyrics. Like if you really pay attention to the lyrics in the song, you can piece together who Milo was. You can piece together that he's no longer here, and you can piece together what I'm struggling with in the song. So my husband obviously loves the song. His family loves the song. Like it means a lot to all of us, It's a very, very honest song. And these are not things that surprise my husband. Like these are conversations that we were having over many, many months and maybe years about the idea of and decision to start a family. So it's not like I played the song. He was like, whoa, I didn't know you felt like that. Like these are conversations we're very open that way, open-hearted, which I'm very lucky that I have such an emotionally intelligent husband. But I think just hearing me put such vulnerable feelings into words, and then including his brother and paying homage to his family in that way, I think it meant a lot to him. And like I said, he helped me tweak I think it was the first B section and the second verse we finished together. So yeah, he helped me write it.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
last question. What is your goal with this album? It's your third album, like you said. You've got some pretty good collabs on it. Do you have a goal? Like, what's your arching plan with this album?
I would say my goal with this record and every record is just I have a long view of my career, I'm trying to build a fan base and an audience and have this music reach the people that it's meant to resonate with every record. And I'd say if I have any goal, it's just to get better. Like I just want to be a better songwriter, better musician, better singer, and more complete artist in every way with every record and every project that I put out, like to push myself and to challenge myself, which I really did on this record. Bringing in Brandon Hood, who's such an incredible musician, he really pushed me. And hearing that evolution, because I think that obviously I want this record to go out and be as successful as possible, and but in the end for me it's all about building a fan base and a career so that I can just tour and make records for the rest of my life. Like I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not looking to ring some sort of bell with this particular record or this particular song. I'm just trying to really build something over time. And that's what all my heroes have done. And I think also I'm lucky because I see so many successful people that I've been able to open for and be mentored by. And I see the arcs of success in this industry, and I see how out of your control it is, and so I think that's kind of a blessing because you see people like Kenny Chesney who are standing on stage in front of tens and tens and tens of thousands of people, and he still feels the way I do. Like he's still like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next mountain I'm going to climb? How do I, we're all reaching, we're all seeking. That's why we're artists. So I think having that perspective helps me focus on the purity of the music more, as opposed to getting too distracted or caught up in some of the trappings of this industry. And I just really, I credit that to the people that I've been able to be around and watch and learn from, but yeah, my goal is always just to be better, to be a better artist and to connect with more people.
Awesome. Well, it sounds great, and best of luck to you, and congratulations on the baby. It's awesome.
Thank
You're gonna
you
be
so
such a great
much.
mom.
Thank you. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. Bye, sweetie. Have a good one.
Bye.